few of the different articles that stood out to me in week 2 of Foundation of Media Analysis and Strategy was video strategies, print ad strategies, web design, podcast strategies, and social media strategies. These are the articles that stood out to me the most. Let's talk video strategies. 1,200% more shares are regenerated from social media videos. That's more pictures and text combined. Videos are on a landing page are 80% more likely to make conversation as well. You have 10 seconds to capture someone, whether you're selling someone or telling a story. If you start out boring with just a photo or words, typically people aren't going to listen. But if you can put a video up, usually what I have found is that 65% of viewers are visual learners. So making sure you educate them in the video will always grab their attention. I really like the print ad strategy as well. As I work with kids, I typically make a printed ad and put them at doors and at schools, and it was really cool to see that I have some improvements to make to my print ads so that way I can capture more of an audience when I'm trying to recruit kids for my kids class. Web design was another one that caught my eye. It only takes 10 seconds for someone to love it or hate it. So I was very impressed by the information that I was given so that way I can make my web page a lot better and a lot more customer friendly. A huge piece of information that was super important to find out was 50% of people who use Google are using it on their mobile device, meaning that I need to make sure every time I send out a newsletter or something to my members that it's always fitting properly in a mobile device view. Podcast strategies was something also that was very interesting to me. It went from 11% to 34% in the last 10 years. People are not wanting to waste their time anymore, say when they're driving, in the line at the grocery store, or just at home cleaning. They're turning on their smartphones and they're throwing on a podcast to learn something, listen to something entertaining, or just, having something on in the background. It was really cool to see how much of an effect podcasts have had in the last 10 years. The human voice is touching. It is reassuring, and it is always better to hear a voice and gives you that connection you were looking for rather than that business to consumer voice that is just trying to sell you something. When you can really resonate with someone that you're listening to, it makes buying whatever they're trying to sell a lot easier for the seller part. But when you're buying it, you're buying a piece of them, a piece of the emotion that it brought you. In social media marketing, it doesn't take much to catch someone's eye. But at the same time, it can be hard sometimes because most people are in a rush. In the article, turning the manholes in New York into images of coffee looking like they're steaming hot is a very brilliant way to capture someone's attention and make them not only want to get a cup of coffee at their nearby coffee shop, but it'll also make them think of buying that brand next time they're in the store. I never understood the importance of tracking viral trends, but it is very important to stay on track with each business that I hold actually. Whether it's a car wash, a meal prepping service, or a gym, or even my own brand as a personal trainer, it is very important to stay up to date on what people are wanting to see on the internet, whether it's workout videos, whether it's how food is being prepared, or just showing behind the scenes of a cook putting together a meal. I run a car wash account on Instagram and Facebook, and I wanted to make sure I brought a theme to it, somehow to grab people's attention and make them feel like they were wanting to be there all the time. But what can you say about a car wash except for clean my car? Well, if you've ever seen the movie Shark Tales from 2004, it's about a well wash or car wash during the day and a nightclub at night. So I watched this movie and brought to life this type of daytime car wash turns into a nightclub type theme. That way it was intriguing for everyone who watched it, so that way it made you want to come in the next day and get your car wash, or show up at night and let your kids just be astonished by the bright lights that are going on. It was my first full-on hands creativity job that I had to make a transformation with to capture people's attention in storytelling. If you'd ever like to see it, it's called Canon Express, Xpress, in Windsor, Colorado. Look it up and see how I'm able to transform these regular car wash videos into something that is capturing and makes them feel like they are part of this car wash as a community. In summary, all of the articles are very interesting, but these strategies stuck out to me the most because they resonate with me the most as a storyteller, a social media manager. Being able to go from a car wash, a gym, and a meal prepping service and tell their individual stories and give them a vibe that their listeners and their viewers will always resonate with and stay with them forever. Not only being a loyal customer, but feel like they're part of that family. I hope you enjoyed my video.